All right, what up, y'all? We are back with episode 3 of the Shirts and Stuff podcast. I am the wrestling t-shirt guy, and over to my side, my compadre is the real deal, Justin Neal. How you doing, buddy? All right?
Doing good, doing fantastic. Happy to be here. Episode 3. Got the
Episode
wrestling t-shirt
3.
guy. Episode 3, Tree Fitty. And we got our guest today, Kyle M. Fowee. You might know him as the drummer for Toy Box, among various other things that we will get into tonight. Kyle, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Happy to be here. Appreciate y'all inviting me on. Coming to hang out.
Of course.
I think having our friends on in the first episodes are is good for us to get us into the feel of having guests on every week and get to where we feel more comfortable. So I feel like you're definitely a perfect guest number 3. It's my first time actually ever not podcasting with my Dad World Order guys in some way, shape, or form. So it's kind of this baby bird is flying, if you will.
For sure. You only got to start somewhere.
Hey, exactly, man. We may not have the most viewers now, but who knows what we'll be at in the year. So,
right.
So we have a couple questions that we do every time. But honestly, other than that, this is kind of just a free conversation. So we'll get those questions out of the way first, but they're the most important, I think, man. What is your favorite T-shirt you have ever owned, ever?
Man. My favorite T-shirt I have ever owned ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, Matt gave me an Eazy-E T-shirt from, I want to say it's like 2001. And I have tried to research it all over the internet. Can't really find too many of that exact one. I don't know if it's rare or not, but I just know it's in amazing condition, and it literally says on it like 1991. Just a picture of Eazy-E holding like 2 pistols up, and just says Eazy-E on the bottom. It's just pretty slick.
Just a badass shirt.
Yeah, it's just it all around. I could wear that anywhere. I feel like I could wear that into a bank, and like they'll still be like, oh shit, like is Eazy gonna pop out somewhere? So it's like yeah.
Speaking of Easy, I see you got the Compton hat on. Is that what it's? Yeah.
I'm always representing here.
Always.
I even got Eazy on my wallet. You already know. Cover up the info. Eazy straight up all day.
Straight out of Compton. I love it.
Yeah, the guy who, for those of you who aren't aware who Matt is, the guy who gave him that particular shirt happens to have an Eazy-E tattoo. Eazy-E runs heavy in the Toy Box family. We'll put it that way. We all fuck with that old style of hip hop, man. That's we got a little bit of that flavor in our music today. We actually we jammed today. Today is Wednesday, August 16th. I know what month it is. Apparently I can't speak.
April.
But it's August 16th, which is also your older brother's birthday. So we got to take a second to give a shout out to our boy Drew.
Drew, happy
birthday, buddy. We love you, man. We're going to have Drew on as a guest, I think in September. I have to double check the dates. Nice. I need to make sure I get those dates
like 65 or some shit now.
I think he's 165. I think, he's up there.
Shit, well, he's as buff as Doyle, so.
Yeah, exactly. Man, he's aging quite well. We'll put it that way.
He's gonna be like those kung fu hermits that are like all like white beard and like hunched over, and they rip the gi off and they're like. No need.
He's older than us, but we're built like Herbert from Family Guy.
I'm built like Jerry from Rick and Morty. What are you talking about?
No, I'm going for Cleveland.
Oh, yeah. You're like a white Khalifa with that skinny ass fucking body.
Eventually, I'll turn into a Professor Farnsworth. That's my goal as an old man. Him or what's that guy's Ape or Abe? Is it Abe from The Simpsons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This thing work.
Oh, Grandpa Abe, yeah.
Grandpa Abe, yeah.
Why was I thinking Abe?
The other question that I try to ask is also shirt related, man. Not what your favorite shirt is, like the favorite one you've ever had, but what's your favorite shirt to wear, man? Like, do you like a V-neck? You like a wife beater? You like a long sweatshirt? What's your what's your cup of tea?
So I kind of wear like Billie Eilish style, almost
Okay.
like a little bit too big for me, so it kind of sticks out. But then that way I can also save that shirt. Like if I like the design, I'll get one size bigger than I actually wear, so I can have it for like 20 years if I like it. And then if it gets worn out over time, either way, I mean, that's fine. But like as long as it fits me when I'm 50 or when I'm 35 or like whatever, if I can see it in the future and like allow myself to get that size, I also like the amount of room I get right now. So it's like I kind of dress sort of like a mix of Billie Eilish with like Jesse Pinkman. Like a little bit too big and
Yeah,
baggy, but
bitch.
looks like it fits.
Bro, that Fowee style is definitely something, man. You've definitely, for those of you who don't know, we are both in the same band, Toy Box. We used to be known as Toy Box Killer. We dropped that name earlier this year. We're just Toy Box now with two X's. But besides that point, we've played, I would say, at least 100 shows together at this point, and every single one of them you have something interesting on. I
I would
believe
say
that the Easy E show or the Easy E shirt you wore when we opened up for Nappy
I
Roots.
wish that happened.
Yeah,
Easy E show.
That'd be insane, right?
That Easy E show we played,
we're just
What,
like
back when you were before you were born.
rotoscoped into the show itself.
He
to be
died like
fair,
96, didn't
To be
he?
fair,
to
I
be
was
fair,
born in 97.
we did get offered a Easy E Junior show, but to be fair, he's not the greatest. To be fair,
to be fair,
yeah, he's not the greatest rapper there is. We'll just put it that way. But you know, that show didn't even get booked anyway. So we got some cool shows on the horizon, man. I know you weren't quite alive for his hottest reign in the in Hollywood, but you got to know who Corey Feldman is, right? I would assume you
Oh
know
yeah,
who he is.
for sure. I grew up. I watched The Burbs. I of course I saw The Goonies. I think The Burbs was like my first and favorite one I saw him in, just because that's like a classic. Like as you're growing up as a kid, you feel like you're part of it, and like you
Yeah.
feel like that shit's going on in your neighborhood, and then you go outside the next day after seeing it, and you're like, what's that old guy doing at his house? Like I always thought he's kind of weird. Now I know there's shit that can happen in the basement or whatever. So start to feel like a little investigator, and like that was definitely my favorite. Goonies is all right. I mean, I liked it. It was one of those classics as well. But then Lost Boys with Johnny Depp and some of the other ones that were like Gremlins. I think he was into. Um,
And now we're about to play with him, dude.
yeah,
Like, it's so weird.
I will say the only time I'd ever seen his music anything was in a cringe compilation. I was a little skeptical when you said we booked music with him, but I mean, either way,
it's
it sounds
interesting.
cool.
It's
Listen,
going to be a time.
it's sold out the last time he was here, and it was on a Thursday night. So this time it's on a Saturday night. So I would imagine the sellout's going to happen again, and we've already sold 8 tickets. And we only had 50 to get rid of anyways. So we already sold 8 tickets. I should have brought some to practice today, but I'm kind of
That's
dense.
not that great. 8 out of 50.
Well,
baby steps.
to be fair, I sold
To
those
be
8 tickets before I
fair.
even had. We're gonna see this gif a lot on this show. I sold all those tickets before I even had them in hand. So as soon as somebody heard that we were opening for Feldman, just on the off chance that we could end up hanging out or doing anything, they were like, "Yeah, I'm going to this one."
I will say I probably have a couple sold already
Yeah.
as well before ever receiving them. So definitely a good way to be. Have some pre-sales that
Yeah, that's the point, man. We want to get as many pre-sales as we can so we can be in the best potential spot that we can. We'd like to always, our favorite slot is either the last slot or the slot before the main event. And hopefully we have both of those coming up because we also have Kenny Ozfest, who is also a guest coming up on the Shirts and Stuff podcast.
Nice.
Kenny will be on in the near future, but his party sells out every single year. Who has a birthday party that he sells tickets to?
He sells tickets.
He sells tickets to it, and they sell out every year. He sells 500 tickets every year.
Nice.
That's crazy.
Jesus.
And
Yeah,
this year we're going to be there. We've got I can't remember his full name now. The guy from Warrant. Oh, I can't believe I'm failing here. But the guy that opens or played guitar for Warrant is going to be there as well. He's going to be performing a solo set. It's all kinds of different stuff, man. But we're the last band of the night, so we're going to close the show. It's going to be awesome. It's really cool to not have to get there at 4 o'clock.
yeah, that's true. Just kind of live our lives and then show up at like 1
Just
a.m.
living life, man.
Well, we can't show up at 1 a.m. We go on at 12:30, but still.
No.
But yeah.
Speaking of shows, Kyle, I remember when you guys first started playing, you were not old enough to even technically be in some of the places that
Yeah.
you guys played at. What
Sure.
got you started into like drumming? What really set you off to be like, I can fucking do this?
Well, I know when I was in like 4th and 5th grade, they had us doing recorder. And when I was in like 5th grade, I remember I was just a blasting through, and it was making my teacher mad because I was just like, these songs are all boring. They're doing like hot cross buns, and there's people next to me squeaking and struggling, and I'm just like, I can do it. It's easy. I'm done. So that teacher in 5th grade, she started teaching me keyboard like during my lunch hour because I didn't really eat lunch very much, and I asked her if there was anything else I could do. So she pretty much taught me how to play piano throughout that entire school year in 5th grade. To which 6th grade year rolls around, I start getting Guitar Hero when those were starting to come out, and like then the Rock Bands came out, and then Rock Band and the Guitar Hero World Tour came out with the little drum kits, and that was around the time when Drew was teaching me how to play guitar, my brother, and once I pretty much felt like I was getting pretty good on guitar, since I was playing those little plastic drums, I started showing my parents. Like I would download songs like The Devil Wears Prada and like Whitechapel, like metal songs that I liked, added them to my playlist in Rock Band, and then I would show my parents, like, check this out. I can actually play these real songs that I listen to and I play you all the time. And so they got me a drum kit, and I just started kind of jamming at home and upgraded from the plastic to the real ones and sort of just kind of gravitated towards how beats sounded. And of course I always had music in my like background. I always loved listening to like Metallica and Marilyn Manson and all the different stuff I liked growing up. But then of course, once I actually got instruments in my hands, I felt like I was able to do a little more than just listen. So it was like, once I had a real drum set versus just playing these people's songs, I was able to figure out what it's like to play drums. Cause then of course I didn't know like what notes were, what triplets were. I just had a drum kit now.
You
So
just felt it in your, just like, all right, this sounds good.
it was more like a natural kind of just a rhythmic thing on drums. Whereas with guitar, I was taught by Drew. With piano, I was taught by my teacher. So with, of course, like saxophone, I was taught at school. But then, yeah, with drums, I kind of just naturally picked it up rhythmically. And then, of course, now I've learned over time with people like, Britton that we had that was teaching me a little bit of things, that everything I learned from him, all the actual terminology and then technicalities and things like that. And then other people that we've had come and go throughout our band lives. And it's like pretty much everything I've picked up over the years, and even just YouTubing things and trying to keep learning and watching people that I actually idolize, like in bands, and seeing what they do and having them actually teach us in YouTube videos.
That's
Stuff like
definitely
that.
good trait to have, being able to like grow and continue to absorb the information of something you obviously love to do.
Right.
I'll tell you what, man. When this band started, it was 2014. And Kyle, how old are you right now in 2023?
Well, I'll be 26 this year.
Okay, so yeah, that's right. You were about 15, and I was coming over to Drew's house. I actually lived at Drew's house at that point. Actually, I lived with Drew. I had just gotten out of jail. I was, young, dumb, and stupid, man. I hadn't even met my wife yet, and I had just met her, either or. So this was a while ago, and I go over to Drew's house, and he's got this little meek young guy over there, and I'm like, who's this guy? He's like, that's my brother. He's like, you don't remember my brother? I was like, dude, the last time I seen your brother, he was like 10. You know what I mean? Like this, he was a wee lad, and and he's like, man, this guy's, he's pretty good at guitar. I'm trying to teach him, and you kept coming over. And then one day Drew told me, he's like, dude, he can play drums. I was like, what do you mean he can play drums? Like he's okay or he's like good? He's like, he might be better than Britton. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I came over and I watched you play, and it was literally, I think that day we were like, all right, we need to sit down and figure out a name. And
See, back then was a lot of what I did too was just kind of like showing off because I was young. So it was a lot of just like play everything, the whole kit, show off as many solo esque things as I can do, be really fast, be really
yep,
sporadic and all over the kit. And then, like I said, as I started to go through time and I would watch and listen to other people, I heard actually somebody, I don't remember who it was, just like in a passing through, I think it might have been a Guitar Center drum battle. Um, Somebody told me like this, they said, as a drummer, you don't want to just play whatever. You can't just soloize. You can't just play like whatever you think fits. A drummer that's good plays what fits the song. You play what the song needs. Like you don't just like fucking this will sound cool because I want everybody to hear me play this part really quick and really fast, and then I'll add this really here. Like here, listen to that. That's me. Like you literally just play as the song needs it, and then people be like, "Oh shit, those guys were amazing," and it's like I didn't realize that for a long time. So that's why we had like songs like Squid Vicious. That was just full solo, just me the whole time. And
literally to the
so
point where when we would play that, he would be like, and then he would go because he knew what he was about to do
right.
was going to be intense.
Just all me. So once I had heard that, I feel like I sort of stepped back and then kind of just been feeling out our songs, which I feel like we've definitely come a long way from when we started.
I really wish that we had Squid Vicious somewhere, at least a video version of it or something, so we could save what it was, because I don't have the lyrics anymore. I don't.
Right.
I just remember yelling "Squid Vicious."
Yeah, that's it.
That's
just
all I
a lot of
remember.
drumming.
Yeah. It started with drumming too, because I remember we were inspired by the Death Broker song "Do It" that starts with a drum solo.
Right.
So we had a drum solo at the start of it. I remember that much, and we yelled "Squid Vicious," and that's all I can remember.
I just remember at the end there was always like another like, and then here he is or whatever, like there he goes, and then I had to just go nuts, and it was like,
See, now you just need to write like the tribute version to Squid Vicious,
this is just a tribute.
the tribute to the song, because you're never, we're never going to find that.
Man, Kyle, we got to go see the D, man. That's something we've not done together yet.
They just released a coloring book.
Oh, dude, I need to get that. I seen that you can get autographed copies on Amazon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same price as the other comic books too. You just got to get it early enough.
Nice.
Yeah. So, Kyle, you've been playing for a while. Do you have any solo stuff you've been working on lately? I know you did a little bit of hip hop when you were younger. I've got some of those. I need to send those over to you to show you what I got, because I know you said you lost a few of those, but I got some of your old hip hop, and I know you did some stuff with a punk band for a while. Is there anything other on your plate other than Toy Box right now, or is that pretty much your only thing on music plate right now?
So I do play solo wise. I do sometimes play as myself, just as Kyle Fowee, acoustically. Sometimes I still do like my solo metal music. I still work on it. It's called The Mystery Incorporated. So that would be, it's kind of like a black metal-esque, sort of like Cannibal Corpse-y, mayhem, just a lot of blast beats and deep vocals and evil lyrics and shit like that. So it's just, but that's just me by myself recording over myself and just different instruments and shit like that. Other than that, I mean, yeah, Toy Box has kind of been my main focus for a while. I've kind of just been working is my main life goal recently. So just kind of been figuring out life and recording as I can solo wise.
Heck yeah. Hopefully we can get our album together, over this next year or so. We've got some good shows brewed, and we've got 2 new songs written, and I really want to bring it for this next album, man.
Right. And like I have at least, I mean, 20 or 30 of my own songs acoustically that are just like ready to go, be recorded on an acoustic album. There's no way for me to do all of that on my phone with the time frame that it would take. I'd have to sit down. I literally can do it all, but it's like
Right.
recording an
Time. Don't
entire
have
album
time
by
anymore.
yourself. Right.
Time is the problem, dog. It really is. I've got the band. I've got, 2 podcasts. This one is 1 day a week. That DWO is 2 days a week.
This 8-hour workday is bullshit.
8-hour work days. Not only that, I'm door dashing all the time because I like to buy extra shit, and I got wrestling out the ass all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So
and then it's not even just that too. I also just moved into an apartment building, so I'm like, I can't necessarily be as loud as I wanted to before.
Yeah, you can't
You're
just be
fucking jamming.
Yeah, right. Like now I got to program drums. Now I got to turn my guitar way down and get the microphone right on the amplifier.
You got a lot more than you had before. We'll put it that way.
For sure.
I'll tell you what, man. It's a fun time being in a band, but it is a lot of stress sometimes too, man. Trying to line all the people's schedules up and get everybody there. Sometimes it's not easy, man, and that's sometimes it can be a place of contention. And we've been a band for a long time, but we still feel it, man. So it's. I feel like every
rough,
band
man.
has
It
it.
really is. It's hard on me, especially.
Yeah, I bet it is. Justin, by the way, is our official triangle player. He's never played a single show. He's never showed up to. Well, he showed up to practice. I'll take that back. But normally he just brings pot and candy. So it's not like
sometimes pot candy.
Yeah, every once in a while,
Every
if he
once in
can
a
find
while.
it. That shit's expensive though.
Not
so.
ant candy though.
Yeah, that's actually side story. When we were like 15 years old, my dad and I we went to the flea market and we found candy that had ants all up in it, and we bought some, and they tried to get me with it, and I was the ungettable, but Justin, however,
piece of candy.
Justin was like, "Oh, you got candy?" I was like, "Yeah, dog, here you go." He took a bite, and I was like, "Yeah, it's made with ants." And he was just like, "Ah!"
Now, at first, I was like, bullshit. He's like, no, it's made with ants. I was like, bullshit. Is that a bug? Sure shit, ant candy. They had like wasp suckers and like bee lollipops and shit.
So it was like the suckers. It wasn't like made of ants.
No, it was like they were.
We got a comment here. Justin thinks he can just duck me. What? Where do you do that? Did you piss Joey off?
I don't know. Did I piss Joey off? He sent me a message earlier and I was dead asleep. I forgot to reply to him.
What did he say?
He said, hold on. Let's see. I forgot what it was.
It's a complete side note, but we got these live comments. That's what happens when you do a live show. You talk to the people in the show.
He said,
"You have ops after you, Justin."
Ops. They apparently, I forgot all about this. It was like 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I just went to bed. Yeah, yo. So Bo was telling me. So you're involved in this too.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, Bo was telling me what you was saying. I'm for real salty. Like I thought we was friends, but it's whatever. I say we just meet up and settle this.
Wow.
Some Tekken? Are we going to do some Tekken?
Sounds like.
Because I'll fold it. I'll fold you like laundry, bro. Fold you like laundry in some Tekken.
He went public with it, Joey. You are going to have to settle this now. Yeah. I think Tekken's
he's gonna fuck me up in Tekken. I ain't played a match since he whooped me on. Was it 7 we were playing?
So with that being said, that's a perfect segue. Kyle, what have you been playing lately, man? What's your big game of choice lately?
Damn. I guess you got me into Fortnite ever since Futurama came back. That's about it. I've been waiting on Harry Potter to drop on Switch, so I haven't watched it. I've not seen any footage of it. I've not linked up to anything. I haven't seen it. I haven't checked it out at all. I've just been waiting for it to drop on Switch. It said it was going to drop July 29th or March 29th or something like that, like forever ago for Switch. It was going to be the very last one. now it's not going to release till like November 30th or something crazy.
Oh, that
Yeah,
sucks.
so I'm like, but it's already out on everything else. It's just that they're trying to figure out how to format it for Switch because it's like
Now,
Grand
if
Theft
you
Auto.
had any other systems, dog, I would hook you up because I have it on PlayStation, like right now.
My Xbox is broken, I guess, so I got to upgrade. So we'll see how that goes.
To be fair, man, them new Xboxes, you don't need the disc drive, man.
Truly
It's really easy to just have the all digital edition. I like it a lot.
Just sign in and everything's there.
Everything's there. Yeah, I only use it for Game Pass for real. So I mean, it's perfect for real for me. I like it a lot.
Nice.
Justin,
Heck
just
yeah.
to clarify before we move on, he says you would never beat him, and he will send you to the room crying like he did my son Lincoln. Although
Oh.
he did spell it like the popular metal band.
That is double points for that, though.
Yeah.
Double points for that. We'll give him that.
All right. Well, that means that maybe we should. That's what we should do. We should get you guys to play Tekken.
Stream a
On
Tekken fight.
Stream a Tekken fight. That's what we need to do.
There you go.
Maybe we just need to add like a little extra bonus episode at some point this week or something. We'll figure it
I
out.
can't let Joey fold me up like that publicly, bro. I can't let that happen. You kidding me? God, and I'm actually gonna have to practice and play it. Damn it.
Yeah, you're going to have to get it
Damn
in.
it.
Man, I'll tell you what, I got actually a chance to play the demo for that new Street Fighter yesterday. I have not played the new Street Fighter all the way, but the demo is pretty solid, man. There's definitely some, I wouldn't say issues, but moments where it seems to be lacking, maybe. I don't know.
Right on.
But, it's a good, solid game, and that's what really matters, as long as it
It
plays
is.
right and have fun.
Definitely enjoy High on Life. Right.
Oh, I love that so
Oh
much.
yeah.
That was the last game I played, and then I stopped playing video games. I was kind of focused on work.
What
Heck yeah.
was your what's your nostalgia go to, like your video games when you were a kid? Like what was your come home after school and
Oh man.
pop in
Well,
like Sonic or some shit?
I liked as a kid, I've always played The Simpsons Hit and Run. Because that was like Grand Theft Auto, but you were Homer Simpson. So like that was cool as hell. Past that, I also had the Amazing Spider-Man on PS1. So
Such
like,
a great game.
Those were both PS1 and PS2, so I just used them both on my PS2. I also loved the Fairly Odd Parents Break Into Rules, or like Shadow something like that. One of those. There was something else too. I don't know, but Portal 2 is definitely my favorite game of all time.
Oh, dude.
Portal 2 for sure. Portal 1 was okay, gets you started with the story, but then
The
Portal
cake's
2
a lie.
came in like a movie.
Man, whenever they finally, drop a new Portal, it'll be a huge system seller, if you will.
I heard, well, I didn't hear it. I read that it should never happen because the way that the writers of the game and like the makers of the game itself can't get together somehow or something like that. Like they won't work with each other anymore. I read in an article there's no way to ever get a Portal 3. So we'll see. I hope.
They're just like they get them in the same room with each other and they're just all like
It's just like a war. Like two people after each other.
So speaking of work, man, let's talk a little bit about that, man. Let's tell the people at home what you do for a living.
Right. So I am a cannabis sales consultant, also known as a bud tender, or just
to
your
those in the know.
everyday average legal drug dealing pot dealer. However, I also am considered a dispensary inventory specialist. So I also watch over inventory and things like that. Do some other things within the dispensary more than just kind of front desk and getting people their weed. So a little more on the back end as well. I also used to help run a different dispensary up in Dayton for a while. And then I'm kind of just working my way into hopefully cultivating, and then I'll be in the even further back end and get to grow things and kind of work my way more into the knowledge that I know, more like extraction and processing and things like that. So, but currently just a bud tender is what it'd be called in Ohio.
So I gotta
Calling
ask
cops right now.
So I gotta ask Kyle, knowing your mother, how does she take that? Is she pretty okay with it now? You know, things are a little different than they used to be.
So I assumed when I was a kid, obviously no pot. And then it looked like when I was a fully grown adult, I kind of just was like, so this is my career choice. This is kind of what I do. And she was just like, cool. You know, that's what you
Better
do.
than meth.
Yeah. And not even just that. I've never been to jail, never had a kid out of wedlock or at all. So it's like I haven't really done anything in her eyes to necessarily screw up my life in a huge way. And plus, all that I've had to say about cannabis is that it's helped me feel better. It's gotten me off of all of the prescriptions that doctors gave me that made me feel terrible. So, if anything, it was like just it's a positive. I have a 401k because of it. Like I get a retirement plan based out of selling my pot. So it's like I don't see where there's an issue. I get legally a paycheck, and you know I got to pay my taxes on it just like everybody else. So,
And you know, they
out.
say if you do something you love, man, you never really truly work a day. I know that's a little bit bullshit though, because nobody wants to work. But when you can find a job
all day long
that you can find enjoyment in, that's where it really seems to like really make a difference. When I found my job wiring panels, man, at first, you know, it was just like a job like everybody else. But for me now, it's almost like therapeutic. I literally look forward to go. I tell people when they ask what I do for a living, I say I build Lego sets with noodles in them, and it's essentially what I do, man. It's just a fun time. Really, I enjoy it.
Why would you tell anybody that ever?
Because I'm weird, dude.
I'm not stupid, but I build Lego sets with noodles.
What's that? What's that? That gift that's going viral? I'm not retarded, but I love rocks.
Oh, have you seen the video?
Yes, it's hilarious.
It's so good. He's like, I like the way they feel and shit. And he pulls them out of his pocket. Dude,
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah. And they help me fall asleep and shit. Like, that is some genuine
it's
shit right there.
It's like
That
I
made
got
me an
right
instant
here.
fan of him.
Pulls it out.
He said, I found this one outside.
He's just going around collecting rocks.
That's funny.
I like
See,
that he had
it's-
to preface that he had no retardation, that he likes rocks.
But see, that's the shit that I love. Like, people that hold on to that, you know, like, I'm a man child, or, you know, I'm a kid at heart. But, like, you hold on to those little things that keep making you happy, man. And you don't be all miserable. Oh, my girlfriend says I'm grumpy as shit. Yeah.
Like a random rock that you just found.
That's why I love wrestling like I do, man. It allows me to be a 35-year-old, 16-year-old boy. You know what I mean? And I get to be the kid that I was. You know, I don't know. I enjoy wrestling.
It's weird when you say it like that.
You know what the fuck I mean? You bunch of fucking weirdos. Jesus.
You can't be specific. It's when it gets weird.
I'm a 35-year-old, 16-year-old boy.
Wait, what?
Hi, have a seat.
That's an episode of some kind of show on TLC.
I have a 16-year-old boy inside of me.
Oh, shit.
And that's where you get in trouble for being too vague.
Be a little more vague.
Shirts and Stuff podcast, guys. Shirts and Stuff podcast. Oh, man. Kyle, when are you gonna start yourself a show, man? You've got a hell of a gift of gab, dude. I feel like you could really do something on a social media, man. Is it just not something you're wanting to do?
It's just I got a lot of time I gotta figure out, I guess. Because like I said, all I do is work. So once I figure out exactly what I'm able to figure out, then it looks like I'll be squared away for anything I want to do in my spare time. So
Yeah, man. Just the only thing I can recommend is sometimes you got to make time. You know what I mean? And it's like with this, we talked about this for years. We talked about this on our first episode, actually. Justin and I have wanted to start a show since we were 7th graders. You know what I mean? And it took us literally 20 years. And honestly, we probably could have started it sooner, but having that goal to be like, all right, let's do it. You know what I mean? Like, let's have this and make this a thing. It almost took just like actually physically doing it was easier than actually planning it, if that makes sense.
well, plus now you have your record to kind of help you as like an individual as well. Sort
Yeah.
of
That helped me build my initial following. So, and I just hit 5,000 followers on TikTok. I've got a few thousand on few thousand on Instagram and Twitter. So at this point, I'm nearing the 10,000 total followers point, and that's pretty neat. It ain't a lot, you know what I mean? I know I'm niche as hell, and this may never pay my bills, but if I get to rub elbows with giants and go see some pretty cool wrestling stuff and interview some cool people on shirts and stuff, that's all I really want, man. I would love, maybe someday in the future we're interviewing Cincinnati Bengals and stuff like that on here, and it's where we're starting at the bottom. Hopefully, this time in a year, we've got 100 or more daily viewers. That's what or not daily, but weekly viewers. That's what I really want. If we get 100
daily viewers,
100 daily viewers would be cool too. But that's
hourly by the minute.
Okay, 100. That's a lot.
7.
It's a little lofty. I mean, we've got 3 right now, 3 live.
Just put a GoPro right on your head all day.
Just run around. This is the podcast at all times.
Driving home now.
Yeah. Well, that's the only way to safely do it. You got to have it strapped to your head. Otherwise, you're not allowed to, can't stream while you're driving.
Oh, they would have gotten to see me fuck up all kinds of pole bases today at work, digging it in an excavator. That was fun.
Honestly, I've been thinking about streaming my job on TikTok because I feel like people would enjoy it.
What? You're like, no, officer, this is my camera. Is yours on?
Follow me at Wrestling T-shirt guy.
Right, just got you right. Can you say it right into the hat? Thank you.
Just put your badge number right there on my forehead.
I am protected at all times, sir.
Make sure you at me in those photos. Oh shit!
I love when J-Rock and Trailer Park Boys is like on purpose going to jail, so he fires his gun off and he just starts pushing the cops and they're arresting him, but everybody on the side's taking all the pictures of him.
What are you doing?
He's just every 2 seconds he poses.
Yeah, he stops. He's like flailing. He's like,
that's great. That's the
I'll tell you what, shit like that sticks with me too, man. Something like that I wanted to bring up. Ever since you and fucking Matt started quoting Cheech and Chong, I will still literally today, knowing that I had you on the show, I was at work and I was like, God damn Finkelstein boys. I could.
It's our favorite part too.
Win, Lord, win. Fuck.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Oh, it's so there's so many one-liners that just get repeated a lot at band practice that really fucking stick in my cerebellum.
Come on, ice cream. It's just on the toilet trying to take a shit.
For me right now, I can't stop saying, yeah. It's in my fucking fiber of my soul. And I now, thanks to some fucking comedian, keep saying, try that in a small town. And I can't stop saying it, dude.
Is that even
I'll be at work. Somebody be like, "Hey, hand me that part." And I'll hand it to him. They're like, "Try that in a small town." That's the stupidest shit. I don't know what's wrong with my brain, but I love repetition.
Oh god,
it's like a nice threat.
So obviously you're not hip to country music because that is a popular supposedly racist song that everyone is making fun of. So either way, the memes from it have been fucking top notch. Somebody did try that in a ball gown, and it's just Jason Aldean wearing a ball gown. It fucking cracks me up, dude. No, I love stupid shit. I always have.
What I've been getting into is a bunch of AI, music, like people making SpongeBob's voices, characters from shows into music.
Yes,
covering songs. It's so funny hearing Frank Sinatra sing Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
it's so weird to just.
It's also kind of scary though.
It's scary as fuck that you can just just bring this person back to life.
Give the AI all our shit. Produce a Toy Box song. That'd be
God.
Just type in the basis of the Mr. Mr. lyrics, and then they write Mr. Mr. word for word.
That'd be some shit. I know when AI first came out a few months ago, me and Will were playing with it, and it wrote such a perfect song for us. I was like, Will, we should use this. Talk this is really good. It was We ended up bringing it to you guys. It's a super long song, but at some point, I feel like just for shits and giggles, we should put it together. It'd be cool.
I feel like we can use AI. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's any sort of like it's not going to be like somebody that created the AI is going to get all the royalties from everything.
And
Well, I was just going to ask you if you think like this whole AI like resurgence of not just music but like art and literature, and you can just type this shit into a chat and have something published. Do you think that's going to help or hinder like the creative process for like artists?
I think it depends because for people who are getting started who might not know like how to draw or how to play an instrument or how to write lyrics or a story, that can be beneficial because then you can just type it in and you can see something and sort of gauge like, well, if I want it to look like that, maybe I should click on surreal instead of on abstract. And like you start to learn things like that just by yourself. Whereas if you're just going to fucking, crap out a bunch of like logos over and over and over and you're trying to sell and make money off of it, then it's like, there's no heart in it. You can just type that in over and over. That's not going to be good. I mean, there's no point of that because then that's kind of like, we might as well not even be a band. We might as well just program drums and program guitar.
Right.
And just have Bo do everything by himself.
well, that's kind of what me and Will were talking about when we looked at those lyrics. Like, okay, this part of this song is great, man, but if we're gonna do this, we need to take it and create our own shit with it, but just take the ideas and use it as a launch pad. You know what I mean? I think that's definitely an appropriate way to use AI. But like you said, to eliminate someone's job, to be like, oh, we could have to hire an artist for this ad campaign. Instead, we just made AI do it.
Yeah, we just typed it in.
And it's like that can work for some stuff too, I'm sure. And it's like, it's not really for me. I don't really care about hiring somebody or not. I mean, sure, it'd be great. It'd be, of course, a better thing and more beneficial to hire an artist for that artist or for whoever. And of course, to the art community, shit like that. However, could just type it in, could just get whatever you need AI wise. I just feel like in the end, as long as whatever is being used is what was meant to be used. Like if you need a picture of SpongeBob and you hire an artist and it sucks and you get a better one through AI, cool. You know what I mean? But I feel like honestly, artists are always going to do better. Like if I ever think of anything I would need art wise, I would immediately just go to Justin anyway. Like I don't need to hit up anybody on Instagram.
For those of you watching, this right here is the thumbnail for tonight. And I just got to throw this out there. Look how good it is. Okay.
I barely did anything.
Bro, you look, that is so like I can't believe
Can
how
we get in
good
trouble
we have
for that? Like, is that
Nah,
copy?
man, it's fair use. It's fair use, bro.
Okay.
It's fair use. 100%.
I didn't even look. I just
and
did
it's
it.
custom art. As long as you're not like trying to pretend to be something. Yeah.
Parody
law.
It's parody law. We're good. And besides, man, I feel like Nintendo could not look at that.
Look at my head.
Look at my head.
And look how perfect it is, man. God, at one point, that is exactly what Kyle looked like.
I like that you guys both just have your photo faces. Actually, I'm genuinely drawn.
I thought about like actually drawing the cartoon version of our faces, but like that's a lot of like facial hair to put in there.
You got like the perfect angle for yours too.
Justin needs to tell the world exactly how he captured that photo.
So that photo is actually today in my bathroom. Work clothes. I just got off work. I actually had to like crop out my high vis orange shirt that I was wearing. All I did was change my hat because I have red hats that look similar to what he was wearing. So I got in the mirror and I was like, crop it out. Yeah, crop that bitch out. Put it in. I told him, I said, send me a picture of what you would look like trying to catch a Pokemon.
Yeah, that's what I sent him.
That's what he sent me.
What? That's great.
See, and that's the thing too, man. We've got so many cool guests coming up that I'm just excited to see what he creates thumbnail wise, because you got to have a good thumbnail.
No, that's like the main thing that'll attract everyone.
Yeah, I definitely scrolling across. If I was looking for a podcast to listen to, if I saw two people catching a Charizard with what looks to be like a fucking punk rock Edward Scissorhands or something. Like I don't even know what to say. I would tune in. That's all I'm saying.
Especially with some pot balls.
Oh yeah,
Call you. That was the one comment I had when I came up with that idea. I was like, we should be catching Kyle, but with like pop balls or something. He was like, all
Green
right.
Pokeballs. For
Bad.
sure.
bad.
Oh
You
shit!
got to.
Fuck yeah!
Cannaballs.
Yeah, cannonballs to catch cow.
Get
Cow.
Ah.
Oh shit, man! It's always a fun time, fucking when you get somebody that cares more for their product and they put extra stuff in like that, because that's the thing. When we first started the DWO podcast, the other show I do, we were just doing the same thumbnail over and over, with different pictures, and then we realized one day, like, wait a minute, we need to put more into this, and we started doing that, and it literally started paying off. We started getting better views, and I don't know if it had anything to do with the thumbnail at all, but it feels like it had at least something to do.
Sometimes.
It did,
For
yeah.
sure.
You definitely got to have that extra oof these days to stand out in the world of 40 bazillion podcasts.
Right. And
But
of
we're-
12-second attention spans.
Yeah. Which is why, and I haven't done it yet. I'm waiting until we have a few episodes under our belt. I'm going to start probably once we hit about 5 or 6 episodes. I'm going to start clipping little moments from the show and releasing them on TikTok and stuff, and
Nice.
just trying to slowly build.
That'd be fun.
I don't even have a TikTok. I refuse.
I don't either.
Dude, I love TikTok.
Like nothing.
It's just
I
the
swear,
video streams.
I know that like it's one of those things like smoking or doing cocaine. You just do it once and you want to keep doing it. And I don't need another habit forming thing added onto the plate. I've got enough
Correct.
shit that I do.
I don't need anything that I'm going to scroll through that says, this guy's head exploded. Watch the video.
Yeah, I do that enough with YouTube Shorts and
I'm
like
okay.
Facebook. I get halfway down through Facebook and that's my attention span is like, oh look, there's little videos.
Yeah,
And
right.
No, I'm a glutton for punishment, so
You're just over there like video, 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 video.
beheading. Jesus.
this motherfucker can't even get through a full song, dude. He won't like the song could be 10 seconds from ending and he's like, next.
Hey, I'm not like that no more. I've slowed down.
Oh,
You're bull. Look, this is gonna be the first fight we have on this show.
You're-
I have
you're-
slowed down,
you-
sir.
you sleep. You're definitely slow. You did that all the way back from, I don't even remember where we were at. Michigan. We were in Detroit.
What? We didn't even listen to music.
Whatever.
We talked the whole time. You fucking and slept.
Yeah, because I slept
Yes, you did.
driving.
Yes. I don't know how we made it back. You slept driving back from Detroit.
I was going to say, we slept the whole time.
Basically.
Oh,
Golly.
God.
But no, we took a trip up to Detroit and went to SummerSlam. Man, Kyle, you're gonna have to join us for a wrestling. I know you're not a big wrestling guy, but you're gonna have to join us for a wrestling show, man. Tell you that,
Guy.
bro. He's like, yes, I am.
I can wrestle.
big man. My mom said I could wrestle if I wanted.
The last time I saw any form of wrestling was, I think, Strictly for the Wicked in Kokomo, Indiana.
Well, we were wrestling with the Gods of Chaos.
And everybody was tripping balls
Oh my
from
god!
some laced bottle mysteriously just making its way through. And I was like, I don't drink. I'm cool. But then I just watched everybody else change. Like, people were just getting in this big ring and fighting each other. I'm like, aren't we here to perform?
I was one of those. So the Gods of Chaos brought what they might call electric lemonade to the show. Which shout out to Bradley Butcher, one of my best buddies, Graves. They all decided that we were going to have fun together, and they shared a lot. Not to mention that our buddies from Irrational Behavior had a few cookies there as well. But it was quite a fun time. We had a great time, but it was definitely I don't know if it was safe for us to wrestle in that
I
ring.
pictured like the
That's what I'm
scene
saying.
from Fear and Loathing when he's like on that mescaline and shit, and everyone starts turning into raptors.
Yes,
Yeah,
Kyle's
except
just
we were
doing,
all
like,
wrestlers.
I just remember standing by the bar and just like watching people come up and take shots, and then they would just like immediately just go, "Rah!" and then just go like head into a fucking wrestling ring. like what? Just grab somebody, you get in here, we're fighting. And then like there was this one guy who kept specifically doing that, trying to fight everybody.
I can't imagine a drink that I would drink, and I'm like, yeah, I want to go touch a man.
Yeah, you just do that without the drink.
I
That's
need sweaty guy on me
Yeah, yeah,
now.
yeah. We got a comment here.
no.
What up, Doug? That's Doug Dimmadome.
Dimmadome.
Doug Dimmadome.
Dimmadome.
Doug is the former bassist in the band Toy Box Killer,
We fired
but
his
he is the current friend of all of us. We did not fire his ass. Shut the fuck up,
Yeah,
Justin.
no, I did.
Oh, Justin fired him. Well, Justin fired him from the band, but we all amicably split because we're homies and had other shit going on. Don't
Love you,
listen to
Doug.
Justin. I will say though, and I'm not going to miss this chance to publicly announce that Doug does not poop.
No, that
he,
is
he doesn't know how.
medical
Even
fact.
if he had a butthole, he
Medical
couldn't
fact.
poop. That's just that's Doug, and I'm glad that the whole world knows this now.
R.I.P.
Maybe we can have him on one day and discuss the lack
The
of
non-poopingness.
poop. Yes, maybe.
But Doug is in some active
Well, we
bands
have to
that are
be-
pretty cool,
R.I.P..
so we could definitely.
We have to be considerate
Love you,
because
Doug.
if he is, it's a medical condition, we have to be
Yeah.
considerate.
No butthole-itis.
Hey, Kim Jong-un is the same way.
He don't
Yeah.
poop.
Hey, you know what? He's revered for that. So maybe Doug,
Fact.
maybe you should just embrace the no pooping, dude.
It just, sources itself into energy.
He is people of Korea.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's disgusting.
Same, but different.
Same, but
Same.
different.
So, man, what's your future is focused on work right now, man? Is there any other things you want to get started in your life that you're working on, or just trying to take it day by day right now?
Living life,
Pretty
man.
much just us and hanging out with my girl and hanging out with our life. And
How the hell did you end up with someone so decent? Jesus Christ, she's a very pleasant person to be around.
telling me.
And you're quite the asshole. How'd that happen?
Telling me. I have no idea. Thankfully for weed being kind of the conglomerate for us. That was how I met her, was at our job. So thank God for weed.
Hey, there you go, dude. See, look, now no one can ever give you shit. You know what I mean? If they're he's smoking a bowl in the corner, well, he's supposed to do that.
This is how I met my wife.
How I Met Your Mother for your kids will be all right. Well, we were just smoking.
Here's a
Hey.
bag.
That's the whole season.
This is my
Pretty
son, Bud.
Is that a Blink 182 poster behind you?
It is.
It is. Okay.
It's,
All right.
I went to see them live and I had about $50 and I saw that they had a flag. I was like, well, it's higher quality than a shirt. I will say I wanted to get a shirt, but I saw the flag. I've never bought a flag at a concert. I always did shirts. And the one time I got not a t-shirt, I got a Blink 182 flag. So
Remind me, man. I have a small Tenacious D Sasquatch flag I can hook you up with to hang in your house somewhere.
heck
I
yeah.
don't have a place for it. So what, Justin?
Like, hey.
I've already seen
me.
Here,
I've already seen Tenacious D with you.
here,
That's true.
you can have this flag, Justin.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a pennant, Kyle.
Is it?
That's true.
Yeah, that's a
That is
pennant, buddy.
I don't know what it is. It's kind of a flag. You can put it on a stick. You flag it.
It'll be. I'll put it on my shelf. in
Kyle,
the
did you just nearly slur?
I called you a flag it.
A flag. Oh, Jesus Christ! Let's get away from that immediately. Oh. So with you say you only got the Switch now, so you don't have the Xbox. Have you heard about this new Starfield coming out and shit? Oh man,
No.
we gotta get you an Xbox purely for the simple fact that Starfield looks like it's about to be amazing.
What is,
What-
is that?
Where'd you go,
I don't even want to talk about it. Fuck Starfield.
bro? Starfield looks amazing.
Fuck that, and fuck you.
What
He's
is
very so Starfield is basically it's 1,000+ planets that you can explore every single one of them, and it's basically Skyrim in space. Justice is really upset that he doesn't have an
I thought
Xbox.
Destiny was Skyrim in space.
No. Destiny is a shooter. It's a loot shooter. This is a full-fledged RPG like Skyrim, but you're in space. And you can just go to different fucking planets. And there's literally over 1,000 planets, and they all have shit to do on them.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's supposed to be their biggest thing ever. They released a 45-minute video saying this is the greatest thing that Microsoft has ever done. And you don't go that fucking hard in the paint without having a really dope car. That's all I'm saying. Justin, you're
How do you mix a basketball and a racing reference all in one? You don't go hard in the paint in a car.
what do you think the paint is? It's on the car. I go
See,
hard in the motherfucking paint, dog.
This is what I deal with.
Candy red dripping.
I'm lost. Either way,
Candy paint.
it sounds cool.
But yeah, you should definitely check that shit out. We gotta get your ass an Xbox. I'd help Justin get one, but fuck him,
I'll get one day.
We need to hook Kyle up with one because
It's low on my priority list.
his is fucked, and we need to bestow upon Cal the Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Kyle, say something really fucking stupid.
Titty twisters.
I had to find a reason to use that.
I forgot all about it.
You can use that at any point, basically. The whole
Yeah.
time.
Well, Kyle,
Soon
man,
as I started talking.
we got a pretty easy hour out of you. I didn't even realize that we were this close till I looked up and said
So easy.
56 minutes.
Well, there you go.
An easy hour with you. That means that you're an easy guest, which means we should definitely have you back at some point for a round two. You have anything you want to plug wise, like any of your socials or anything where people can follow you if they want to learn more about Cal?
No, you can't ever learn about me ever anywhere.
That's my kind of fucking guess right there now.
Yeah, fuck y'all. This is it. This is all you get. Just a little bit of Kyle.
If you look me up, you're just gonna be looking up nothing. So
Yep. The
Word
M
of mouth.
stands for magnanimous.
somebody
So
on Reddit is gonna dox where I live with my coordinates.
they're gonna be like, he's real. He shopped at Kroger's last week.
No, nope, I'm not real. But I will sell you weed legally if you have a med card.
For now in Ohio.
Yeah, till November. Or I guess.
Yeah, hopefully in
January.
November. Yeah, hopefully in November it will pass, and then in late
And then I'll
January,
start
early
weed, period.
February, it'll be fucking available for everybody, which it should be. The scourge on marijuana has existed for far too long.
You're banished from the land.
Banished, you non-weed smokers.
Those
Hey!
who desecrated its legalization.
Banished. Oh, hell, man. Well, on that note, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up, man. Kyle, brother, I love you. I love being in a band with you. You're one of my favorite friends. Even if we quit the band tomorrow, dog, we are brothers for life. I appreciate you coming on here on being episode 3 and letting us catch a little Kyle Charizard live and in action. Man, I appreciate it so much. Hopefully this helps your brother not be so nervous about coming on here, man, because he's not the biggest talker in the world. We're getting him on here as well. So
For sure, that'd be sick.
yeah, I'm excited to have him on here.
Me
Hell yeah. Well, Kyle, brother, I love you, man. You got anything
Appreciate you, brother.
want to shout out at all?
No.
All
Don't
right.
look for me.
Don't look.
Look for me.
Justin, you got anything else, brother?
No,
All right.
no.
And
Stay
on that
healthy.
This has been Shirts and Stuff, episode 3. I am the wrestling t-shirt guy. That is the real deal, Justin Neal, and that is Kyle M. Fowee, but don't look his ass up. He does not exist. And this has been Shirts and Stuff. Peace.